Why did you buy a PlayStation 5 and or Series X or S? Let's get into it. Hey, what is up, all my chill gamers? I'm finally back, and I'm going to tell you this, I'm really happy. Game of the year was Elden Ring, my favorite game of the year, actually. I actually beat that last Friday. I think that was a really, really good game. It was actually really at the end of the game. I gave it a long break, and I played for 7-8 hours, and I actually beat the game. I actually really liked the game, and I hope that they still add things throughout the year. I know they added the PvP mode, which is really fantastic. But yeah, guys, this is the 100th video here at Chill Game. I'm really excited. Again, I had COVID for the last 9 days, and work's been crazy. I know I promised more videos, and I tried to do it, but work just got in the way, and I do apologize for that. But moving forward, yesterday I was on a show from AndNowyour MommaKnows, aka the Cowboy, aka King of Content. Shout out to him. We had great people on the podcast. We had TK9, we had Dark, we had Legend, Lion, myself, Cowboy. It was pretty dope. But it's one of the topics were, why did you get a PlayStation 5 or Series X this generation? Like, because my thing was, and always will be, performance, right? Because they market it that way. Am I right? When Sony announced the PlayStation 5, blah, 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 they were talking about the SSD, the loading time. I think it was only like 4K 60 at the time. I don't know where it is now. Because I got it, I was going to get it for PlayStation 5, and I was going to play it, and I seen co-op. I was like, okay, this is going to be a cool game. 30 frames. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm going to buy it for PC, play in 60 and have fun with that. But the thing is that I always ask people, and I'm going to show a couple clips here from the show, and I really want people to pay attention. TK9 said, if you want 60 frames, go buy a PC. I think that's a little bit ignorant. Because if you're going to say go buy a PC, you want them to play higher frames, at least 120 or higher. I mean, that's where it can be, you know what I mean? Depending on what kind of rig, obviously, if you have a 20 series card, you can play higher, 120 some games. And if you have a 30 series card, you can play, you know, with your other build, with the RAM and CPU and all like that. You know, it is really demanding with PCs. And I think that people need to understand where PCs are. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not a PC gamer. I'm a PC enthusiast. You know what I mean? I just started on PC gaming 2 years ago. I've been playing on consoles for the length of my life, which is a long time. You know what I mean? Now, last gen, we were talking about it. You guys are going to see here in a little bit. I'm just going to let the clips ride, and you guys can check out the video. We were playing 30 frames for a long time. You know, they weren't really marketing 60 frames like this new gen console, especially PS5. I'm just going to talk on PS5 because I don't have a Series X. I don't have a Series S, which is a Series S is definitely a dope little console for the price. I ain't going to lie. They were saying 30, 60, 120. Now, I'm not saying we're going to get 4K ray tracing 120 frames, maybe next gen, maybe if that's the case. But right now, it's still, you know, 4K 30, 4K 60, and 1440p 120 or 1080. And I wish we had a 1080p 120 option. I mean, even though it's lower resolution, but still, I really wish we had an option. Option is always key, right? So I'm going to let the clips ride. After that, we can elaborate. It might be a little lengthy video because the one clip is like 10 minutes and the other one's like 3 minutes. So I'm going to try to play the clips here and we'll get back and elaborate. So enjoy.
Oh, and T9 is in the building.
Yeah. Boy, add some credibility here. God damn.
Yo, run on your camera, TK. What you doing?
Hey, look, hey, Cowboy.
He's too ugly to be on here, bro.
Are you on your phone? You on your phone?
No, I got the I'm setting up to do the podcast in a few too, so my
yeah
tied to other stuff and shit. But no, let me just add some credibility to this thing real quick. Cowboy,
man, ain't got no goddamn credibility.
Listen, I'm about to give your ass a compliment because you had the smartest answer out of everybody. Because that's literally what you get a new console for. If you're running off of the frames logic, then you should have never got an Xbox One or a PS4 going from the 360 from the PS3 because all people was talking about then was graphics. So you allowing frames to be something is a problem. Like Cowboy said, it's games. There's going to always be games that stop being made for the other consoles. This whole frames thing, that's a PC thing, right?
But why wouldn't you wait? Why wouldn't you wait for those games to actually come out then before you buy the console?
What? Hold on. What you mean? Like the Medium released with like that was a launch title with the Xbox, right?
Sure.
The Medium was an Xbox Series X and a PS5 only title, and it was 30 frames per second too. So I mean, right there, like you launched, literally the games was launching at 30. Like it's about different experiences. It's the developers.
So TK, why did you buy an X? Why did you upgrade?
For the games. What the heck, Doc? For the games.
For what games?
You had the Medium. That was literally, like I said, that was a launch one, right? You had Scarlet Nexus. I could have got on either one, but Scarlet Nexus was being promoted with the Series X. I already knew. Remember, Halo Infinite was supposed to be coming out, and that's a first-person shooter. Now, what people try to do sometimes, they talk about first-person shooters as if, no, I can't play first-person shooters in 30. No shit. No duh, like right, like that's like fighting games and always been 60 frames per second, right? That's no duh, right? But we're talking about single player experiences that most of y'all have been experiencing y'all whole lives at 30 frames per second. And now because people who have PCs, that is a personal computer, that is their preference of what they prefer to play a game with, you console people are trying to say, hell, he right. 60 frames per second should be the standard. That motherfucker chose to play on that. You're not making a game though. That's the developers to decide what consoles can like what's best for consoles and what's best for PCs. There's certain people with PCs who can't even play certain games. That's why you got like games like FIFA or the Maddens who don't even have the next gen version, because there's more people with PCs who can't even run those type of like the next gen versions and stuff like that. But the whole 30 frames per second, what I say is 30 frames is fine. I can play at 30, I can play at 60, I can play at 90, I can play at 120. I am not about to cause some fake outroar or fake outrage over a game that I've never experienced, right? Like Gotham Knights was a game that nobody experienced at that point. And people was like, oh my gosh, it's 60 frames. Motherfucker, you never played it. How about you wait until the game comes out, play it, and see if it's a problem? Cowboy was one of the few. Oh, my fault, Doc.
Hold on, puppy. Hold on. So why do you think it was justified for them to charge $70 for?
I never said it was justified. I got it for free.
Okay.
I don't pay for $70.
Okay. So this is where I'll agree with you. Gotham Knights running at 30 frames per second should have been $40.
Nah, 60. That's a $60 game.
60?
60. You out your mind if you say it shouldn't have been 60. That game.
Yeah, but Doc, here's what's not fair. He played the game in length to be able to say that. Yeah. You're saying it just because you're knocking it just because of the frames. And I said I played it. Hold on real quick. I played it myself. And K9, I don't know if you know, I played it long. I was like, I'm gonna send it back. So you know what? I'm gonna play it long enough to unlock the assault thing. And you had to get the K6 to do that.
They gave you that for free.
So I put time in, and I said literally I could have played and beat the whole game. It didn't bother me.
Cowboy, when I was watching your stream. Oh, my fault.
Cowboy, I'll have my concerns with Gotham Knights. You know, I made a couple videos about it.
I remember.
It came out.
Yeah,
my issues weren't with the 30 frames. My issues were with some of the choices with the characters, what they were gonna do with them.
Yep, Red Hood and all of that.
The game, I got the game through GameFly, thanks to Cowboy. After I played the game,
I'm about to go get my free trial.
Playing. I had to try it out.
After playing it, like I gotta say, the story I liked it. I didn't like some of the choices with how you progress to be able to be more of a full feature hero, and that kind of got a little grindy, a little annoying. I don't have a lot of time to spend playing, so it just kind of killed it for me for that little bit. Eventually, I'll buy it again to play the game because I think it's worth the money. The 30 frames, I barely felt it. I think it was it's something I think is something that now we're so accustomed to expecting 60 frames on most games that just the thought that the game was not gonna have that and already put in the negative box for us.
But is it gamers or social media? You get what I'm saying? Because it's a bunch of people who play Gotham Knights. I even know people who's like PlayStation guys and people who I normally go back and forth with in the chat. Some people were saying Gotham Knights was their game of the year. When I was watching Cowboy play it, Cowboy's normally so quick to get off of a game. He kept on trying to end the stream, and then he was like, "Oh no, hold up, I gotta do this. Oh no, I'm about to do this. I'm about to do this."
Wow.
He didn't yawn. He didn't yawn. He didn't yawn.
No, he ain't yawn on. No, he ain't yawn on that.
You stupid.
And with the grinding part, it's crazy how people can have different experiences with the game. Because honestly, I hate grinders, right? But I never felt like I really had to grind in that game, right? Now, I'm normally not one for all of these open world games and stuff like that. But I also saw when Cowboy was playing, I saw how the grinding element can like some people can get caught in the grinding element, because Cowboy didn't know how to progress for a little while with the game. They literally tell you like, yo, interrogate this person or interrogate this person.
Yeah.
And it will progress the story just
and to be fair, I was ignoring a lot in the beginning, and so eventually I caught on. I was like, oh, because you'll feel it. If you don't do what you're supposed to do, you just won't progress. And I was like, dude, what is going on? So much so that when I unlocked Heroic Assault, I didn't do some of the stuff for Harley Quinn. And I still had one case point one to do. And I was like, wait, how did I miss that? Because I wasn't doing stuff. But honestly, the game was kind of dope. Honestly, the 30 frames didn't bother me. My son jumped on with me. We played the Heroic Assault. I mean,
like, look at all of
it was alright.
Like, look at all of that, what that game offers, right? It gives you a story mode, right? An open world. They had 4K ray tracing at 30 frames per second. And if you actually look at the windows, it's like 3D. Like, you can actually look inside the windows. It's not like a copy and paste type thing. Like, all of the rooms are like different. They have their own thing or whatever, which people don't talk about. They even make it so you're not forced to do side missions. They will keep the side missions like on the side for you. You can tackle them whenever you want to, even after you beat the game. You don't have to.
You have to, because to unlock the knighthood, because the knighthood is what really. That's what really makes your character special, and that's one of my biggest grind with that game is that to unlock the knighthood, you have to do 10. You gotta interrogate 10 people. Like, why? Why do I have to interrogate?
We're running a raid with this Gotham Knight stuff. I wanted to go ahead and ask Legend. So right now it sounds like Cowboy and K9 both got these consoles for the games, which that's cool. It sounds like me, Jersey, we got these consoles looking obviously for the games, but we're looking forward to the performance. Like, we care about, and by performance, I'm not just talking about frames. I'm talking about I want the games to look better and I want the games to run better. Lion, where you are? You're on the games just for the games, or you for the performance?
My main thing was the load times. The load times was what really sold me on it. And then
we're gonna put that on the performance. We're gonna put that on the performance then. All right, Legend, where you at? Nah, that's me, TK. Chill, TK. That's how better it is.
And you don't get Jer's point neither, because you got mainly a PC gamer who's talking about frames for a console. Like, your ass shouldn't even bought a damn console. That was stupid.
Go ahead, Legend. What you
bought? I would say I got it for games, but also the performance the most. Well, what is the difference? Much improvement in the hardware and stuff. What I'm looking for. Like buying a brand new car, I want something different. I want something
right,
better.
But what was your main thing? Like, honestly. Speaking honest, no. Like, Legend, legit.
He wants those games to run better.
No, because I know Legend before he was doing content. Legend was talking about how he was mainly just playing sports games and stuff. So what I'm asking is from Legend. Technically, I'm going to assume that you played on the 360, right? Why did you get an Xbox One or a PS4?
Skip Xbox One, got PS4.
You skipped, okay, but why did you get a PS4? Because it couldn't have been for frames, because you were still stuck at 30. So what was your purpose for getting a PS4?
Well, no, but that was last gen.
I'm not
talking advertising.
Right.
They're advertising the frames.
But I'm
asking, like they're not advertising the frames.
What's his purpose of getting it? I'm just asking.
No, that's what's the purpose of him getting an Xbox this generation.
There's only one answer.
Why would you ask why did he got a PS4 or Xbox One? No, the question is why did you get an Xbox Series X or PS5? Like, why would you have to go back? Like, that makes no sense.
No, you need to go back because
you don't.
You can't keep talking because pretty much all the goddamn games you've mainly been playing this gen is last gen games at 60. You gotta realize how but you have to realize that you've missed out on a bunch of gaming generations. So a lot of games that's going to be coming out that's going to be built to give people a certain experience for these consoles is going to probably release at 30, and then you can wait until next generation to play them at 60.
Unfortunately. So let me ask you this, TK. Did you hype up FPS boost for the Xbox?
No. Hell no.
Oh no, you weren't excited about FPS boost at all?
You was hyping up FPS boost.
You know, I do damn right I was. I'm asking, were you?
No, because
so if I go through all your damn streams, you're not gonna have one stream where you're not gonna talk about FPS boost.
Remember, when you was talking about FPS boost, you was talking about games like Recore and stuff. I've already beat it, Doc.
Yeah.
I already beat those, Doc. I already beat those, Doc. No, I beat them before
on
the
none
FPS
of your streams, TK. You didn't prop up FPS boost. You didn't use that as a positive for the console.
No, like honestly, no.
Okay,
yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Well, that was a little clip from the show last night. I hope you guys enjoyed. But as you can see, TK9 fairly made a good point, right? We know the games that are going to be coming out for both these consoles are going to look amazing, right? The cinematics, the graphics, they're going to blow us away. But I personally will still like a 60 FPS mode. That's it. I might dabble in 4K 30, but that's just me. When he's talking about the PS4 and Xbox One, that was last gen. They weren't advertising 60 frames because those consoles was nowhere near powerful enough to even run 60 frames with a lot of games. Mind you, he said something about the FPS, the first person shooters, obviously they're 60. Let me tell you something, Destiny was not 60 for a long, like 7 years. It was 30 frames. Think about 6 years, okay? It was in 30 FPS. Mind you, it was still playable. I still loved it. But moving forward, when they're advertising 30, then 60, 120, I'm like, okay, that opens up a door, okay, for performance for me. And I was really intrigued to be like, yo, I can't wait until I see Destiny in 60 FPS. I don't have a computer at the time. And when they actually updated Destiny, like less than a month later after the PS5 launch, 60 FPS and 105 field of view slider, I was really happy how much smoother of experience I'm going to have with this game. It just made the experience for me that much better. And I think that's what it's all about. It's just having a smoother experience across the board. There's nothing wrong with 30 FPS. But I think that, since they're advertising it because these consoles are more than capable of running 60 FPS, I think that we should see a higher performance. That's it. Because we all know their games are coming. I mean, that's common sense. That's common knowledge. We buy new hardware to have new hardware. We buy new hardware to play new games on that said hardware. Now they're talking about 30 again. That's fine. That's the standard. 30 FPS. We can't get any lower than that. So then you have 60 to 120. Okay. And I liked how, finally after almost 2 years, PlayStation got the 1440p update. The VRR update. Like, I'm like, man, why didn't this come at launch? I said this in the past video, and I'm really happy about that. But yeah, as you see there, this is the video, guys. I don't want to go too crazy. It's almost 20 minutes. But yeah, that was the video last night. Shout out to everybody on the panel. But again, you don't need a PC to play 60 FPS. If you want to get a PC, obviously play 120 FPS or higher, ultra settings, high settings, tweak anything you want. That's what options are for on PC. I love it. But again, we're